Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Good, good. Oh, hello, people. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream on both sources here. Good to see you all. Can you hear me? Just double checking. Are you sober? Yes. Thank you. Oh, I see lots of questions already. Thank you for the wonderful happy birthday wishes already. Yay. All right. Let's see. First announcement I'm going to make. If you spam chat, I will block or kick you or whatever it is you do. Don't send the same thing over and over. Like if you ask a question and I don't see it, wait like 5 minutes and then you can send it again. But if I keep seeing the same thing over and over and over, maybe I'm ignoring it on purpose and it's just going to bug me if you're spamming. So I'll just kick you out. So I'd love it if everyone watching will share that message if you see it popping up. But it's good to be here. Yes, today is my birthday. I am years old, so many of them, more than I would like to be, but I'm 39 today. So yeah, it's my birthday. All right. Dirt Bike Boy says, what kind of questions are you encouraging we ask? Hopefully channel and video related questions. But they don't, they don't necessarily have to be, but that's just my preference. That's the ones I want to talk about the most. Oh, thank you, Just Jay. Garlic powder cotton candy as a suggestion from Just Jay. Unfortunately, that will burn immediately. I know that is a fact, definitely. Now, it is possible. It is possible that I could use garlic flavoring, like fried or boiled or extracted with alcohol, and I could get that flavor to infuse with sugar. So it's possible that sweet garlic cotton candy would be possible. But if you just poured garlic powder in directly, it will definitely burn and will not turn into cotton candy at all. Someone asked, what projects are you working on for videos right now? I'm making some speakers with Keith, who is often behind the camera, including right now. Keith is about to appear on camera on the YouTube live stream. There's Keith. We are building a set of speakers, and yeah. On Instagram, Lori Torney 1938 asks, do you have any future big Lego projects planned? I got this one still. I've got months. Hi, Callie. Callie's on the Instagram stream and saying hello. Thank you. Please light something on fire for me, Callie. And yes, I know you light things on fire all the time, but for me, light one on fire for me, please. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, catching up to the stream. How about powdered Coca-Cola in the cotton candy machine? So I've kind of done that before on King of Random. I tried. I used sugar. I used Mexican Coke, so it would have sugar, not corn syrup, and I boiled it down. And then I think I boiled it until it hit a hard crack stage of candy, and it kind of worked when I put it in the cotton candy machine. I might revisit that and see if I can do better. But yeah, it is sort of possible. Are you going to see a Lego version of me? Asks Rory K. Probably. Learning how to sculpt Lego hair is on my list of things I need to do. And I will probably try and make a mega figure of myself. So like this, but like in the nifty shirt, and I would give it some facial hair and something approximating my hairstyle, but in Lego. So all of that is possible. Oh, thank you very much, Star Fox. Appreciate that. Let's see. Did he have a name? The mega figure right here does not currently have a name. Hey, One Great Chef, please no spamming. Thank you. Tlazoltlalia, don't know how to say that, asks Coke or Pepsi, and the answer is I don't like cola. So neither, and I couldn't tell them apart if you asked me to. Root beer. Root beer is Coke or Pepsi. The answer is root beer. A&W preferably if it's one of the big name brands. Is YouTube your full-time job? Right now, YouTube is my full-time job. Yep. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Nile Red just dehydrated. I saw that Nile Red on his Nile Blue channel posted a video about Super Red Bull, and I haven't gotten around to it. Didn't he just put that out like an hour ago? I haven't watched it yet. I will. Okay. Well.
Somebody from Brazil and Portuguese just said happy birthday.
And there we go. Muito obrigado. Alguém do Brasil disse feliz aniversário. Obrigado, Pedro Ouro Preto. I appreciate that. Oh, Hawk Import. Yes, I recognize your name as one of the mods on my Discord. Thank you very much. You are doing great work. Appreciate you very much. Can you and Adam Savage do a collaboration? I'm down. Yeah, absolutely. He's a very, very busy guy, and getting him on board will be the tricky part. I am going to open source this year. Anyone who can make it to open source should do so. You should go because it's super, super awesome. I will be there. And the past couple of years, I've gotten to interact with him a little bit while I'm there. So I might ask him if he is aware of this Lego project when I get there, if I see him and have time to talk with him. And I'll try. I'll see if he's interested, if he's ever coming out. Where is it this year? So it's in the Bay Area. I think it's in San Mateo specifically. And what is Bryson asking? I think it's in San Mateo. It's in July, and it should be really cool. It's at a much better location. It was at the Cow Palace in San Francisco last year, which is interesting, but not necessarily the best. So where it's going to be this year, I think, should be much better. I'm so excited.
Bryson asks, how much would your current Lego project cost if you melted actual Lego bricks down and turned them into filament?
I have no idea how to measure that. Hundreds of thousands, I'm sure. In case you missed, one of my in real life friends asked what this whole project would cost if I were to melt Lego bricks down into filament and then print with it. And so I don't know the answer, but it would be so much. Oh, so much. Thomas Coffrey asks, is a new castle video coming soon? It's coming in like 3 weeks-ish, 2 to 3 weeks. They're going to be about once a month. Lots of extra Lego castle content on my Patreon, both for paid and free members. So join up there. You get more Lego castle content. That's what I suggest. So many people have said happy birthday, and too many for me to individually thank, but continually thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that. When do you think you'll post the files for the Lego Mega Band? So that one is tricky. But real quick, thank you very much to Jas Blackthorn and to Brian Bays. I really appreciate that. And to Paul Melancon. Okay, thank you. You did a Raycon out of your show. You're listening to Live in War. Have you read book 5 of Stormlight? Yes. Yes, I have read all of Stormlight. Love it very much. Absolutely my favorite book series. Curious, what was your hardest failure that you learned most from on the current Lego build? What's my biggest failure? The first versions of the walls, I was really displeased with how those came out. Zandor, I'm not discussing how much money I make, sorry. But the first version of the walls, I was pretty disappointed. But version 2 was a big step up, and then version 3.5 to 4, where I am now, much, much better. So very...
Top screws as well.
I had to... Just the bricks, the general bricks went through several iterations, and I've talked about that some, both in videos and on Patreon stuff. I was in the middle of talking to someone else when some wonderful people donated. What was I talking about? Collab with Mark Rober. Mark is like 9 months out on any one of his videos. It's very difficult to join in on that. The Lego Mega figure. So the bricks as they are not under any IP that I'm aware of. Their patents are expired, and it's been ruled that what they are doing in any knockoffs does not violate a trademark, because you can't trademark a function, and they have to be the look they are to function the way they do. The figure, however, does not have to look like that to function the way it is, and it is trademarked. So I definitely cannot sell the files that look like this, and I don't know if I can legally give away the files that look like the figure. So no plans at the moment to release the files for the figures. Maybe a free version someday way down the line. Don't know yet. Oliver 32 Lego. Why not use a slotting system for wall all going vertical? I don't know what you mean.
You kind of do.
I do use a vertical slotting system, but then there are also horizontal pieces, so they've got their own slotting system. Vinny 1847. How long does it take to make a Lego brick? It takes 6 to 9 hours to print one brick, depending on the shape and specific piece. Jonathan Suarez. Oh, thanks. I speak Portuguese every once in a great while for little things. Lego has not reached out at all to me in any way, shape, or form at this point, not with good or with bad intentions. What if Lego offers to purchase my kit? I doubt that would happen, but I would be willing to sell it to them. Thank you, DB. Collab with Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. I would love to collab with Bob from I Like to Make Stuff, and I hope to make it happen sometime in the course of this project. We've talked a little bit. Bob is awesome. I love that guy and would be absolutely super happy to work with him on anything, especially if it had to do with this. He popped up. If you haven't seen, I did a video with Prusa, who is the sponsor for the filament and the printers for this, and I can't thank them. And I could thank them a million times, and I'd still be coming up short for what they've done and are doing. And I did a video with Prusa in which other creators asked me questions about this project. Bob was one of them. He asked about getting his logo on a shield. Something like that might still happen, and that'd be cool. Yeah.
Favorite video game?
Favorite video games. My favorite video games are ones that I can play with my friends while we're all sitting in the same room. That's the level of gamer I am, which is not good. Some of you long-term fans may remember I had a YouTube channel called Nate Sucks at Gaming, in which I just played video games very badly because that's the only way I know how to play them. But my favorites, like I said, I like things like Jackbox, and there's a game called Ultimate Chicken Horse. I love it. It's just to sit on your couch and play games with your friends at the same time in the same room type of game. Big fan of those. Okay, I'm sure I've missed some things, but please stop using all caps. Thank you. Are you going to make a life-size Lego horse to ride into your Lego kingdom? I mean, I don't know about life-size. You're kind of looking at its butt, and it doesn't have a tail, but that is the mega figure-sized horse right there, the first one. It's not glued together yet, and it needs some pieces to make everything fit together better, because I actually modeled that before a lot of other stuff. Anyway. Oh, yes, sorry, Instagram. There you go. Horse's butt right there. Look at that butt. It's a horse's butt. Daniel Snethen, thank you for remembering me since my childhood. Look, I'm old. I'm turning 39 today. I'm old. So to me, I get people saying like they remember me since childhood. And I'm like, I've only been doing this for 7 years. I guess we're at 7.5 years now. But it was like, to me, if you remember me from your childhood, how old are you now? Are you still what I would consider a child? Some of you might be. I don't mean to be condescending. It's just, to me, when people say like, oh, my childhood, I'm like, I haven't been doing this long enough for anyone to have been in their childhood and not in their childhood now. As time goes on, everything moves different and feels like everyone's a child. Do you think a bamboo printer or a Prusa is better for a $600 budget? I don't know which printer either of those companies has in that budget range, so I'm not the person to ask. They both have pros and cons, honestly. They both do great things and are better at certain things. Prusa's are really built to be like, if you want to fix something, it's like a PC. If you want to fix something, you can you get the part, replace it. Bamboo is more like an Apple. It works beautifully, smoothly well, and looks polished out of the box. If something goes wrong, probably just got to get a new one. I don't think there's any other solution to it. All right. Nate looks like he could easily be in his early 20s. You're a very kind person, Sam Q. Weesdy. Maybe if I shaved and used a filter. Yeah. Thank you, Brendel Bread War. Are you good friends with Callie, or is it more of a working? Callie and I are friends for real. Yes, we are. We really are friends. We don't see each other enough, but we are absolutely friends. Yes. She was in a recent video. It was super fun. We made a fire tornado. It was great. Yeah. Someone wished me backwards happy birthday. When do I think I'll finish the whole castle? End of the year-ish? Sometime around there, I think. That's kind of my goal. Come on. All right. Oh, Guga, hello on Instagram. How you doing, Guga? Good to see you. By the way, our video, is that coming out Friday?
Yeah.
Our video's coming out Friday. I was going to text you, but just so you know. Oh, thank you, random one. Will you be doing an update on the ski ball? No, probably not. There's a physical thing that broke on it, like one of the switches, and the programming needs some upgrading. I don't know what's ever going to happen with that at this point. Thank you, bearded printer. Good to see you here. That's very kind. Tea or coffee? I don't drink tea or coffee, so neither. Yes. So yeah, Guga just popped onto the Instagram live stream. Did he comment or anything? Okay, I don't even know. He might have already left, but he was there, and so I said hi to him. And we filmed a video recently, and the video with Guga is coming out this weekend. So yes. Are you gonna make print a Lego man of yourself? Oh yes. Like I said, I addressed this already. I probably will at some point make a mega figure of myself. Are you on Twitch? I am not on Twitch. What will your next video be? It's food. So we revisited the video of the vacuum fryer because I thought that Guga deserved to try the food made in the vacuum fryer. Have you ever been to Vancouver? I have never been to Vancouver.
Any other projects they're asking about?
Any other projects? I've got this. I've got going to be building a set of speakers coming up. I am currently building the set of speakers, and that project is, I don't know, we're like 65, 70% built a set of speakers. So that'll be probably later this month. And I am building a teardrop trailer. That'll probably be several videos. That'll be fun. So I've just started that. Only got a little bit filmed so far, but that should be really fun. Have you ever been to Canada? Yes, I have been to Canada. The first time I went to Canada was just Niagara Falls, drove around to the Canada side, thought, wow, it looks good from this side too. And then also I filmed some videos with Hacksmith while I was with T-Core and went up to Kitchener and filmed there. And it was cold. Carrot, I am not right now going to be making something for your birthday. Sorry. Brendel Breadwar, I think again, thank you. Birthday plans. My birthday plans have been filming for multiple videos, working on projects for multiple videos, doing this live stream, and then I'll probably go get dinner. And then later this week, I'll be doing some stuff with some friends. Going to like one of those like games where you like have to push lights and I don't know how to describe it. It's just fun things to do with your friends. So yes, doing some. Have you ever seen one of those giant printers? The biggest printer I have personally seen was at a place in California called Daniel's Woodland. Bryson, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Daniel's Woodland. And that was a 3D printer that you could walk into. It was an enclosed 3D printer that I could fit inside while standing up comfortably. It was a room. The whole thing was one printer. That's the biggest 3D printer I've seen personally. Need more Hacksmith collabs. Agreed. Mimi Heart 9. Thank you very much. Oh, my other Discord mod is here. Good to have you here. Cake or pie? Oh, that's the toughest question anyone's asked yet. I love both cake and pie. Pie is like liquid cake, in the words of what's his name, comedian. Someone will say it in the comments. Love them both. Have you ever been to Alaska? No. Or Germany? No. Raptor Vlogs asked, why did you ever leave the King of Random? Got a whole video on that on my channel. Feel free to go check it out. Any plans for collabs with Electro Boom? No. What would you like me to do with Electro Boom? Actually, I had an idea for a video I could do with Electro Boom earlier today. So maybe we'll see. Name of the Lego. The guy is currently unnamed. Brownies. That's actually my idea of what to do with Electro Broom. I know that's not why you were saying it, but that is my idea. I'm not saying anything more than that, Daniel. How much money do you make? Why would I talk about that? Have you ever been to Australia? Yes, I have twice been to Australia, and it was cool both times. Yeah, I liked it. The first time was for choir tour, junior year of high school. And then was another time I just went for fun, and it was awesome. 2016, that was the last time I went to Australia. 2016, yep, went to Gold Coast, Melbourne, Sydney, and other places around that area. I should name the mega figure Olaf. Sure. Oh, thank you, Tiger Guy. You should name the guy Steve. I'll think about it. We'll see. I might just give him to my grandma. She thought he's cute. On Insta, Lone Samurai 1 asked, what collab do you want to do for your channel? I want to do a tour of England and collab with everyone in England that I know that's a maker that is willing. And I've talked to some. Alex Steele's on board. Ruth Amos is on board because she's already done giant Lego inspired stuff. And like, how perfect is that? And yeah, whoever else in England I could get to work with. There's a lot of people out there. It'd be fun. I'm hoping Colin Furs will let me just appear in the background of a video of his or something like that. I'd call that a huge win. But yeah. When you went to Italy, did you have to learn Italian? I learned very, very, very little Italian. Things like, excuse me. That was about it. Nighthawk and Light, good to have you here, man. How do we know you're building with giant Legos and not just a really small fella? All right. Big reveal, guys. I actually invented the shrink ray from Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids, and I've just been building Legos normal size ones. That's what I've been doing. You got me. You got me. Ben, you're coming to Open Sauce, right? Yeah. Keith, can you give me some water? There's a cup next to the sink. Just dying from talking too much with no water. Tiley MC asks, can I solve a Rubik's Cube? Yes, I can. Takes me 2.5-ish minutes. So not winning any speed competitions, but yeah, sweet. Okay, see you there, Nighthawk and Light. Can't wait. Oh, thank you. Any of that. What's my worst birthday gift? Well, that would be rude to call out, but I can't think of anything. I am appreciative of birthday gifts regardless of what they are. Oh, also, if I actually had made a shrink ray, yeah, I would not only make a video about that, I would also make, I don't know, trillions of dollars, I expect. Or someone would just have me killed because it messed with their industry. That seems likely. When the Lego Castle is done, are you going to do a collab with TD Bricks? I do not recall who TD Bricks is. I feel like I've seen the name and watched some of their videos, but I don't know who they are right now. So maybe tell them to reach out to me, please. Thank you again, Brendal. Custom alloy katana. Custom alloy metallurgy gets tricky. I can reach out to Laren Thomas and see if he wants to do that. I mean, he already makes his own custom alloys professionally. So yeah. Does the helmet fit the minifigure? Yes, the helmet perfectly fits the minifigure. It's actually, so the thing is, it is scaled, or rather the minifigure is scaled to the helmet. So I went with this size helmet because I actually, like, this is the right size. Like, I can't go any smaller than this or I wouldn't be able to put it on my head. I know it's floating up here. That's because it's got the stem sticking down. And if I broke that off, it would actually like go onto my head better. But this is, yeah, I went with this scale because I can wear it at this size. And then I scaled the head to match the helmet. Do you still have the Fortnite hammer? No, I don't know what happened with that. Oh, TD Bricks has 7 million subscribers. Sweet. Would be happy to work with him. That's a him if he's down. That sounds fun. Yeah. Star Wars or Harry Potter? I don't see those as competing. But as a reminder, please do not spam chat. A collab with McNally seeing science versus lockpicking. Who can unlock? Are you kidding me? He punches the lock and it's open immediately. What am I going to do faster than that? Dynamite? Oh. It's not a shrink ray, more like a density modulation. You would need to find a way to increase the attraction of electrons to protons. Could you do that? No, I could not do. I could not do it. That shrink ray. He says in the movie how it works, but he's wrong. The movie like what is seen in the movie is evidence that he himself is wrong. That ray is just magic, like Pym particles, and he doesn't realize that. That's how it really works. Would you do a collab with Evan and Caitlin? Absolutely. We've talked about it a little bit. It's surprisingly tricky to find things that work for all of us, but I would love to. Those guys are great. I love them. Do you have any hobbies that you haven't really shown on the internet? Yes. But at the moment, that's all I'm going to say. What were you going to do with the castle when it's finished? Hopefully sell it to someone else. I've had some offers. I don't know where that'll land, but yeah. Stuart, let's see. Good to see you, Stuart. Trying to find, you asked to see your brick. It might be one of those right there, which is not particularly helpful at the moment. What? Yeah, if it's in this wall right here, let me know. Let's see.
Stuart Edge?
Stuart Edge, the one and only Stuart Edge. You will take it for 10 million, as in Rye Guy Films, you'll pay me $10 million? Sold. Well, you don't have to get it out. I can point it at it. How tall are you? I am 6'2". Yeah, Stuart paid, so something you can do here is you can pay to have your name put on a Lego brick. And you can see some of them right there with the names printed on them. So there's options to have your name with the group or by yourself. And Stuart got himself a brick. Looks awesome. And that's an option for all of you. The links for that are in all of the actual videos. Yeah, and I got a few different things. I've got put your name on a brick. I've got put your name on a floor tile. This is much greener in real life. It looks almost blue on the YouTube. It looks pretty accurate on Instagram. Strange. I also am now selling some of the brick files. I will be selling more. So yeah, just, you know, any plans with Jerry rig everything? We've collaborated a little bit, Zach and I, on a couple things. If I come up with an idea that works well, then yes. And he's usually down to do something little like that. It just has to be something that fits well with both channels. Is your vision for what you want to do on this channel much different than when you were on T-Core? Good question, Nighthawk and Light. I'm pretty much doing what I was hoping to be doing at this point, and now I've got some ideas of how to transition a little bit more into other things that I'm working on. But this is basically what I was hoping for, because I get to just do what I want to do, whatever I think will make a good video. There's no like, oh, but it doesn't really fit the channel. Like if I think it fits the channel, then it fits the channel. Have you thought of bringing back your cooking series, the cheap versus expensive? Yes, I did think about that recently. I don't remember what recipe I was thinking about, but I would not be opposed. T-Core, King of Random channel I used to be on, to answer that Lego kid. Ever been to Ohio? Yes, I went to Ohio to collaborate with Flight Test, the channel. Did a couple of videos with them. That was a lot of fun. They were extremely gracious. They're wonderful, wonderful guys. And if you enjoy anything about RC flight, you should check out that channel because they're always doing the coolest stuff there is. What was the last Lego set you built? It was this one, the regular size version of this one. Would you ever partner with T-Core again for a video? Not likely. Favorite video you made so far? Ever? I don't know. I like them all. It's not true. I don't like all of them. I like a lot of them. They're mostly great. Would you do more collaborations with Guga Foods? Asks Dwayne W. Lady. Yes, I have one coming out this weekend, in fact. Haha. Nighthawk and Light, what's your least favorite food? Boiled, unflavored, or unsalted liver, I guess. It's the worst thing I've ever eaten, probably. Can you please save this live stream as a video? Maybe. Daniel, I have a whole video about that on my channel. Oh, let's see. Nomad, I don't discuss personal relationships. Franken candy? When are you going to make a knife with Will Stelter? So that's an interesting question because I don't bring anything to the table in terms of knife making for Will Stelter. He's better at every part of it than me. So not sure what he would get out of that collaboration. Would you do a collaboration with How Ridiculous? Sure. Again, I would be down as long as we could come up with something that works for both channels. That's kind of the tricky bit. Sour lolly straps. I don't know what that is. Is that a non-American candy? South Aussie Garbo. Is that an Australian candy? Is that like those strips of strawberry belts kind of thing? What is something you've always wanted to do? Asks Elita Martinez. Go to New Zealand. Yeah. Someone just what? Any collaboration with Linus Tech Tips on the speaker project? Not really any time for that. We're planning to have that filmed and finished by the end of this week, and I don't have a good way of getting in contact with Linus. Well, I know people who know Linus, so I could probably get in contact with them, but no, it's not happening on this video. Would you make a knife out of knives and use it to knife a knife? Yes. Have you ever played D&D or any other tabletop RPG? I have. I've played a few times over my life. Oobleck dropped from 300 feet. That would be fun. I don't think they need me for that. If you ever go to England, you should consider collaborating with James Bruton. That'd be fun. I don't know what his production schedule is like. I feel like he takes a long time to make videos. I feel like he works on videos for like a full month. So for me to collaborate, I don't know how that'd work out. Maybe I could be there for like a day or two and help him out with something. But again, I don't know what I could do that he can't already. So maybe he wants to make a robot that drives itself around and is also a flamethrower. I feel like he could build a flamethrower in like an afternoon if he wanted to. I'm Uncle Bubba. Have you ever attended Blade Show? I've attended Blade Show West, the one that happens in Salt Lake, and it was cool. I liked it. I've not been to the one in Atlanta. Could you make a paper knife? That would actually work. If by paper you mean paper and resin, yes, I could. Am I wrong about something? Oh. What? Oh, paper knife? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Rye Guy Films, don't spam. Let's see. Oh, thank you for saying happy birthday and your many other comments, Daniel. Good to have you here. Any plans on experimenting with solar fluorescent lighting? I don't know what that is. Elaborate, please. Ever thought about doing more with Smarter every day? I'd love to. He doesn't live anywhere nearby, so again, I'd have to come up with something like really good for us both to do. Like, he can do a lot of things that I can't do. I'm not sure which things I can do that he can't. I might be more artistic than him. So maybe if he never ever needs me to come in and add an artistic skin onto something that he already built or something like that. What is something you watched happen and then realized or wished you had had the camera rolling, but it was too late? Oh, what are some things we've missed filming? We were like, oh man, I wish I'd been filming that. I'm sure it's happened, but I don't know why. Me getting hurt?
Say it's usually like an accident.
Yeah, accidents. Um, what's the oldest project I worked on that I still have? Do I have any project remnants from T-Core? I don't remember. Yeah. Austin Bradley, yes, you know the difficulty. Love the giant Pez dispenser, by the way. Would you collab with Nile Red? Sure, but I don't know what we do. Who's in the background? In the background is Keith, who runs the T-Core, or sorry, the Nifty channel with me. Oh, also, someone earlier asked who came up with the Nifty name. Me, Nate from the internet. When I was on Hoya, David Wallace. When I was on the King of Random, I replaced Grant, and he was the King of Random, but the channel was still called the King of Random. So when it got to the point where people would recognize me, sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, you're the King of Random. You're not the King of Random, but you're on the King. You're Nate, the guy who is on the channel, the King of Random, without being the King of Random." It's like, yeah, that's a mouthful. So I went with a name that describes me both as a name and it's just a description. So like, say YouTube shuts down tomorrow and I got to be on something else, I can still use the name Nate from the internet as long as it's anything on the internet, you know? That's why I went with it. And because you can kind of say the acronym as Nifty, and that's Nifty. So that's where the name came from.
Maybe projects you started but never finished?
Oh, yeah, I definitely have projects I've started but never finished. Sometimes it's because I can't figure out how. Sometimes it's because I lose interest. Sometimes it's because I'm just bored and want to still but haven't. Sometimes I just fail. That's I was saying, like, sometimes I just can't figure out how to do it. Picture you got with Coco. Sorry, at Austin. What is Coco? Elaborate. I just need a reminder. Sorry, talking to someone. I'm on Instagram and YouTube both. So, Shadow's car. I don't currently have any other plans for fire related videos with Callie, but it'll happen, I'm sure. A Lego ice cream machine, decorative or functional? Oh, hey, Jake.
The Furby dog. Coco's the Furby dog.
Coco is the Furby dog, the Evan and Caitlin's Furby dog. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Terrifying. Well done on that. You did. That was awesome and bizarre. Aquimini. At the moment, no, I don't need outside help printing, but thank you. Let's see. 3D printed chainmail. Takakota. I've done 3D printed chainmail, just like a little test piece about that big. I saw someone who I think managed to figure out how to print a whole shirt in one piece. That's wild. I need to make a Lego ice cream machine. I don't know how I would make a functional one. I could make a decorative one, but there are no decorative ice cream machines in the original set. You only have one printer for the full castle. No, I have 14 printers for the full castle. Do you like to throw knives? A little. I've done it. It's kind of fun. I remind you of an internet Bill Nye. Well, thank you, Plastic Perfection. That's very kind. Is there a way to put the file for the Lego pieces on Bamboo Lab. I will be uploading to Printables because Prusa is sponsoring this project. So, yeah. Someone says there's only 20 people here. There are fewer people on Instagram than there are on YouTube. Also, Instagram doesn't push my lives very well because I don't do it much. So they don't send out the notifications much, I don't think. Instagram's weird. I don't get it. I don't know how it works. Thank you, Mr. Indian Hacker. And to everyone else saying happy birthday, I appreciate that. Are you building it in a garage? I am. I am in a giant garage that the Ninja Kids channel is letting me use very graciously. It's awesome of them, and I am extremely grateful. Any plans for 1 million subs? Go on a vacation?
We discussed the
We have not solidified. We have not had our team meeting about that, and we'll get around to it when we get closer. Have some powder ice cream. That takes a lot of time to make. Let's see. What DB asks, what was your childhood answer to what do you want to be when you grow up? I went through a lot of things. Zookeeper, I remember, was one of them, just because I think I imagined it just meant playing with the monkeys in their cages, and that in my imagination the monkeys were very friendly. So, what's a piece of advice you would give? Try and get an education and learn new skills because AI is going to take over the world, and I have absolutely no idea what trying to get a job is going to be like in 15 years. That's my advice. Can you revisit making popcorn in a dryer and get it to work? That would require modifying a dryer to make it a lot hotter. Probably not going to revisit that. Nighthawk and Light asks, best and worst advice for an aspiring YouTuber. Both the best and the worst advice on that is be yourself. Because if yourself sucks, that's terrible advice. If yourself is a good YouTube personality, maybe that'll work for you. Aspiring YouTuber. Learn how to edit well. Learn what is popular in editing. Use something that has better sound than just recording natively on the phone. And that's all I got. Better sound, yeah. Use a good mic. All phones are good, like for filming now. If you do good lighting, also use good lighting. It's cheap these days, and use better audio. Also, don't do that stupid holding a lav mic up to your face thing. Come on, it's allowed. Clip it onto something. Let's see. Is 3D printing a successful niche for YouTube? For some people, I don't know. That's not all I do. How can you make money as a teenager? No idea. What are you good at? Where do you live? How much free time do you have? What's the work or the job market like where you live? Did I say I'm in the Ninja Kids garage? I did say that. I have helped the Ninja Kids with a few videos. They are local to me. Who's Ryan Trahan? Oh, I do. What did I say that roasted Ryan Trahan? Didn't mean to. So yeah, I am near the Ninja Kids, and so I have helped them out with a few builds when they wanted custom stuff made. And they have some filming space. And oh, Ryan Trahan does the microphone. Well, then yes, roasted. Boom. Boy, I bet he feels so bad now. Oh, yeah, he's gonna feel so bad with his extremely high levels of success. That's gonna be rough for him. Yeah, so the Ninja Kids are letting me use this space to build the castle, and it's extremely, extremely kind and generous of them. Thank you, Lucy Lost World, for your offer of buttery popcorn and powdered ice cream. Nighthawk and Light and Nifty collaboration. We're down. We've talked about it a little bit. We just got to figure out a good something to work on together. I'm sure we could figure something out. Let's talk. What was this? What was fabrication school? Good luck with that, good old boy 07. That sounds cool. I hope you make good stuff. What's up from Aruba? Hello to Aruba. Have you ever done any demonstrations for science classes for schools? Yes, I did that for one of my nieces once. I went to her school and did like a sort of science demo assembly just for her science class or something like that. It was pretty fun. Should try and collab with Ryan Trahan. Okay, there's not a chance Ryan Trahan knows who I am. I guess he's young enough that maybe when he was like teenager he watched King of Random. It's possible. You guys should tell him to collab with me, and then if he reaches out, we'll figure something out. Let's do it, Ryan. Let's do a collab. You should shave your beard for 1 million subscribers. You know, no one on YouTube has ever seen me without facial hair. I've had it the entire time I've been doing YouTube, of varying lengths, of course, but it's never been gone. So, you know, that's a possibility. I could consider that. How much has the castle project cost in filament so far? Prusa has been providing all of the filament because they're super freaking awesome, and you should all go out and buy Prusa printers and Prusa filament and Prusa products to support them because they're awesome. And that means that I have so far spent very little money on filament, only a little bit on a couple custom colors that Prusa doesn't make, on a couple, on like the tiles that people bought to have their logo put on them. That's all. That's the only things. It's all the money I've spent on it. So I don't know, $120 maybe on filament. Have you ever tried Lego motors? Not anytime recently. Maybe 20 years ago, I built some stuff that had Lego motors in it. Cooper Country Nathan says, Nate without facial hair might end up looking like the Lego character to his right. You're not entirely wrong. I do look a little younger. How much money you're going to sell the castle? I said I might sell the castle when I'm done if anyone's interested in buying it. I've had some people message about that. I don't know. The most I can, frankly. Yeah. Could you make a homemade light bulb? Nighthawk and Light, are you still here? Have you done that? I feel like you have. I probably could make a version of a homemade light bulb. I don't know if I could make a good version of a homemade light bulb. Eventually, with enough practice, I probably could. Zack Attack, I am pretty good today. Thank you. Potato King doesn't think I should shave my beard. Oh yeah, that's right. You did pencil lead. That's that. The bell is ringing now. Yes. An LED bulb. What does it take to make an LED from scratch? I've never tried. I'd have to look into that. I have no idea how an LED is actually made. That's an interesting idea. Long-term plans for the channel are to surpass Mr. Beast in subscribers and buy Angola. I don't even know where Angola is, guys. I'm sorry. I don't actually know. Yeah. Any good recommendations for 3D printers? Prusa, obviously the best choice. There's a lot. Frankly Built. Frankly Built is the right channel. You should go check his channel out. He taught me stuff about 3D printing when I was first getting into it because he's awesome. And he has way better printer reviews than I do and actually has tried so many of them. I mean, there's tons of people who do printer reviews. He's just one that I personally know. He's a good guy. And he recently has put out new printer review stuff. Can I get a refill, please? Thank you. This is actually not a sponsored video. I'm just calling out Prusa as thanks because they make all of this project possible. So, yeah. What was your favorite moment from T-Core? Blowing up a shed with liquid oxygen is my favorite moment from T-Core. That was amazing. How would I make an Ozark trail knife better at holding an edge? file it to a more obtuse edge, and then go watch the channel Outdoors 55 for more discussion of such things. Where can you find Callie from T-Core? Instagram, Calbits. Angola speaks Portuguese. I didn't even know that. Fantastic. Buying Angola, speaking Portuguese there. All right. What happened to your builds from T-Core? Some of them got thrown away. Some of them the channel kept ownership of, and don't know if they threw them away or kept them after that. I think they still have some of them. Like I think they still have the giant squirt gun. Anything new cooking? I mean, I'm working on projects. I've talked about a couple of them already. Building some speakers, building a teardrop trailer. Got more mad science stuff in the works, I'm sure. I would look up some of my ideas and things I'm working on my phone, but my phone is currently live streaming on Instagram. Hello, you beautiful, wonderful Instagram people out there. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Yeah, you guys can't see each other, but that's pointing at the Instagram camera and that's pointing at the YouTube camera. So they're near each other, but are you surprised by how much more comfortable you are on camera as compared to when you first started T-Core? By the way, Dave is an artist. So if any of you don't know YouTube legend Stuart Edge, you should check out his channel. Some amazing, like one of the all-time great prank video, and like not always prank. When you say prank video, you think they're going to be mean, but like all of Stuart's videos were like fun pranks that like uplifted people. So you should check them out. And we were also roommates before I started doing YouTube. Because he's awesome and it just worked out that way. And so he asked, am I surprised by how much more comfortable you are on camera? I don't know if I would say I'm surprised because it happened gradually, but I definitely am more comfortable on camera. Because like I said, I've made over like 1,000 videos at this point probably. And so that kind of practice just drums it into you. If you want, it's hilarious. If you want to go back to the oldest stuff of mine on King of Random, you can go watch how very robotic I was. I had a hard time talking to other people on camera. I had a hard time looking at the camera. Like I would always just like look off to the side just because I was uncomfortable making eye contact with a camera. So yeah, I've definitely changed, and it is, yeah. Now I don't feel uncomfortable on camera. I feel that it has trained me to be comfortable both on camera and in crowds. I feel like I could walk out on a stage and talk to a crowd of any number of people and it wouldn't bother me. So yeah, it's definitely changed. Jared Webster says it would be fun to see you on Tom Scott's Lateral podcast /game. So I would love that. I see stuff, clips from it on TikTok all the time. I got to meet and hang out with Tom Scott a little bit last year. He's a very cool guy. And I would be down. I don't think Tom is actually the one who chooses who goes on the Lateral podcast. I think he mentioned, I could be remembering wrong. I don't know. But I would totally go on Lateral. That'd be super fun. And Tom is awesome. And he seems like he was doing great with his break from regular YouTube production. And I wish him absolutely all the best because, man, did he ever earn that. May not be able to obtain equipment for this. Create liquid CO2 and then try to do some sort of chemical reaction with it. It's not that hard to make liquid CO2. You just have to have a pressure container. Action Lab has done some good videos making liquid CO2 and then experimenting with it a little bit. I don't know if he's tried to do any chemical reactions with it because you do have to keep it in the pressure container. So that's hard. What YouTuber do you watch the most? Let's see. There are a few that I always want to watch as soon as they come out. Primitive Technology. Alex Steele, I watch pretty much everything of his as soon as it comes out. He had a new one today where he's trying to make a titanium and steel axe. It's on like video 3 so far. I did a thing. I did a thing. How to make stuff just had a video come out either today or yesterday that I was talking to Keith about. Nighthawk Light says you can burn magnesium in liquid CO2. That's awesome, and I need to look that up because I don't know enough about it. Are you going to make the teardrop camper tall enough you can stand up in it? No, I am not. Inheritance Machining, fairly recent channel. Absolutely love it. I'm pretty sure. So he's a machinist who inherited his grandpa's machine shop, and he's very good at making stuff. And I believe his wife already had professional video editing experience. So they kind of just hit the ground running with like, here are great quality videos, and I love them. Do you know how to weld? Decently. I am okay at welding, Kevin Cruz. Not like amazing, but MIG. I've only done a tiny, tiny bit of TIG welding, but MIG, yeah. Have you heard of Mark Rober? I've met Mark Rober. I have appeared in Mark Rober videos. Video one that I know of. Mark's great. I am not doing shout outs to channels. Sorry. If you could meet any scientist from the past or present, who would it be? I would Newton, Isaac Newton. Yeah. Am I in contact with any other Utah knife makers? A little, not a lot. I'm not very into the knife maker world. I make knives, and I think knife making is cool, but it's not my career, and so I don't spend a lot of time like networking with other knife makers and stuff. Have you seen the plasma gun going around? The one where it like goes through a coil and then comes out a 5-gallon. Yeah, I've seen it. It's cool. I've built a couple of those. How many filament spools have you used for the Lego castle? That many. Those are my empty spool boxes. I'm gonna do a tilt up for the Instagram as well. Da 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 da. Those are my empty boxes up there. That's how many I've used so far. I don't actually know how many that is. Come on, camera, stay half tilted on a machine that's not meant for doing that. Okay, got it back. Yeah, so that's how many boxes or filament spools I have used so far. My biggest concern about that is I'm like not a third done. I don't know where I'm going to keep putting my empty boxes. I have more shelf space, but I don't have unlimited more shelf space. So yeah. Would you ever do a hot ones and figure out how to minimize the heat? I've never heard of that other than just numbing your mouth, but I don't handle spice well. So I think if I did anything to minimize the heat, it would then just get into my stomach, and then it would upset my stomach, and then I'd probably just like vomit on hot ones. So I would, Jim Gaffigan, that's the comedian I quoted earlier. I think I would do like Jim Gaffigan, where he suffers through level 3. And as long as I beat DJ Khaled, that's where I would stop. I only need to get one past that. And I think he only went to level 2. So I think I only need to get to level 3. Richard Romagnoli asks, have there been any structural issues with the castle? No, but I have not yet gone up to level 2. That might happen in the next video. So yeah, where's the Discord server link at? Should be in the description of the newest video. I hope it works. Everyone, Discord links are weird. They just like stop working. Even when you say this link should work forever, sometimes they don't always. Do you watch Alan Pan? Yes, Alan's awesome. Great stuff. Love his builds. Very clever. Absolutely. What software do you use for designing the 3D printed blocks? I have done everything in Fusion 360 so far. Yeah. Do you have any pets? I don't, but Keith is my roommate and he has a dog. So I have a dog that lives at my house. That's a lot like having a pet. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Let's see. Yeah. May have been accidentally deleted. Are you talking about the Discord links? They're not deleted. They just stop working. What is your opinion on the metric system, and is it better than the American? Yes, of course the metric system is better than the American imperial system. Like in every way, it's better. I just don't have a brain that works that way. Go read Project Hail Mary. It's about an American scientist, and he like complains in his own head sometimes about the fact that he switches back and forth between units, and it's dumb. And that's true. But Yeah, we should change. The government tried like in the 70s or something, and they put up signs in kilometers per hour, and everyone shot them down because this is America. Do you have any college degrees? I do. I have a degree in sculpture. That's my college degree. Neat, huh? What happened to Tikor? Got a whole video about that on my channel. You should go watch it. Favorite video to make? I mean, I love making these Lego videos. It's super fun. I also really loved blowing up a shed with liquid oxygen. What band is your favorite? I am a passive music listener for the most part. People get really into music, and that is super awesome for them. That has never really been me, which is not to say I don't like music or bands, but because I do, but I don't like and love them the same way a lot of other people do. So, right for the past couple of years, most of what I've been listening to is just kind of like mellow folk rock type stuff. Um, so I'll just say Joshua Radin is one of my favorites. I don't think he even qualifies as folk. He's just like mellow, chill. Noah Khan is great. He's got the folk. Michael Lafrance, your name has 8 things happening in it, and so I don't know how to say it. But thank you for following me 5 ever, and thank you for saying happy birthday. And you called me Papa, and I don't know if that means something different in French or if that's just a reference to a father figure. But either way, you're welcome and thank you. Oh, hey, here's a good folk rock band, Lantern by Sea. You should go check it out. They are great, and one of the members is a friend of mine because he was a cameraman and editor at the King of Random, and he helps on a couple things here. Nate from the Internet as well too. So Lantern by Sea, check them out. They're very good. I like them. Yeah. What camera do we use? We use a Sony FX3. Yes, I remembered the name of something of our equipment. That's amazing. Sony FX3 is our primary camera, which is like the A7S3, but it's more geared toward video and less towards still, and it is super good at low light, which is very useful on our triboluminescent video that we put out recently with making the glowing lifesavers and band-aids and tape, and you should all go check those out if you haven't seen them because they're awesome. Has the most recent YouTube algorithms impacted your channel? I don't know. Miller Made Workshop? I'm sure. What were the most recent YouTube algorithms? They don't tell me. Sure wish they would. What's the most dangerous video you've ever done? Liquid oxygen? Shed, baby? I don't know. I didn't get hurt on that one, and I have gotten hurt on some, so by some arguments, it's not the most dangerous, but we did make explosives and had to have a licensed explosives expert on site with us for everything we did. Yeah, that was literally just using a knife. Like he mentioned, I cut the tip off of my thumb years back. It grew back. See, all back. But it cut like through the middle of the thumbnail and just took the top clean off. Didn't hit any bone though, so it was like a bit of anyway, gross. But that was literally just cutting a sponge, and I was being stupid about it and went shunk and just cut my thumb. This is not a 3D printed cup. It is like the exact same color as all my 3D printed stuff. I realized that, but no, this is just a normal cup from Walmart that cost 50 cents. All right, guys, it has been an hour. It is time to wrap up the live stream. If anyone has any last minute questions you want to squeeze in real quick, go ahead. Yes. But other than that, it's been a great time talking with you here on my birthday. I'm so glad that you all joined in and said hello on multiple streams at once. I'm sorry if I missed your questions, but I really appreciate you all being here. And I'm going to go have dinner. Someone says, do you have a child? You see my mega figure here? Where I can't do this. Camera's reversed. This is my child. Yes, my Lego figure child. Soon I'll have more. I shall print more. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Happy my birthday to you all, and good to see you. Okay, stealing from Simone Yetch. Okay, bye.